Welcome to JG Outdoors. I'm out here today at my chicken trailer, and I'm going to show you guys 5 reasons why chickens lose their feathers. And I'm going to show you mine are actually losing their feathers as we speak, or not as we speak, but they've already lost feathers. And I had to take account of my chickens and for their well-being to get them better. So stay with me, we'll go through this and we'll figure out why chickens lose their feathers. Top 5 of why chickens lose their feathers. Number 5 on my list is molting. Molting happens every fall, or happens most of the time in the fall. And with that said, you can't stop it. It's a natural thing that these chickens are going to go through. They start losing their feathers, and it's just like out with the old, in with the new. I mean, that's kind of like what reptiles do. They lose their skin and they create a new skin, and for their well-being of, they're just changing. They're growing up, they're changing their feathers out, they're getting new feathers. New feathers. That's all they're doing, molting. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no concern that you should have. It's just what they do. So keep that in mind whenever you start seeing your chickens lose feathers. Number 4 reason why chickens lose their feathers is disease, or just poor nutrition altogether. They, with not the proper nutrition, just like us, we need proper nutrition, proper diet, and to make us healthy. And we as humans, we adapt to that a little different, but malnutrition is like a disease, and they will stop laying eggs and stuff like that, and they don't have enough water and stuff, or they're getting too much like kitchen scraps or something like that, causing their diet to be thrown off. Kind of like if you go to a said fast food restaurant every week, you throw your diet off throughout the week. You throw your diet off and your nutrition goes down, and it could cause you health problems later on. And they just need vitamins and stuff. So you should always check on your bag of feed that you buy, or some people also like to mix their own, and as long as you are getting them the right nutrition like proteins, vitamins, etc., you should be fine. But whenever you have too much of one or the other, it could tip the scale and cause them to lose their feathers or something like that, or even worse, could be worse problems with that as well. The third reason why your chickens could be losing their feathers could be of parasites, like lice and mites, different stuff like that. Lice and mites, you will find them in the areas of their shafts of their feathers and at their vent, to where it would be the most warm for the chicken, or not for the chicken, but for the lice or the mites. And lice lives off the dry skin scales of the chicken. When there are mites, they suck blood, kind of like ticks. They suck blood, and both of these things can be treated with like a simple poultry dusting. I like every now and then I'll put in like a dust bath for my chickens. Like let's say I get some ashes from like a fireplace with nothing else in it, and then I'll just set it out there. I'll put like some sand, mix some sand up with it, and then it'll be a dust bath for them, and they'll go out there and dust themselves. And then like the mites and stuff, lice and stuff, don't like that type of thing. And also your chickens will actually do this naturally. They'll dig a hole, and I can show you on my spot where I have my chickens. They actually already dug a hole and they dust themselves. So to make sure they don't get mites, they will naturally do this. So They could also lose feathers from lice or mites or parasites. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your chickens. Down to number 2, reason why your chickens are losing their feathers. There is also, if you have a rooster with your chicken, it could actually be a bad thing, especially on feather loss, because the chickens, the rooster will actually, whenever it goes to mate, it grabs a hold of the hen's neck, and then its claws dig into its back, and they call that saddleback. So if you are experiencing the feather loss on your chickens from their neck and then their back area, not necessarily both at the same time, but a lot of times some people either have a lot of the neck feathers gone versus other people will have a lot of the back feathers gone. And whenever there's a lot of back feathers gone, they call that saddleback, and you'll see that. I can actually show you that with my chickens as well. I will show you that next, and you will see the difference. I don't have difference between each one, but I will show you that my chickens already have the saddleback, where the rooster has mated, almost just mating until, there's no more feathers. And what I don't like about them losing feathers and stuff like that is it also lets them be able to get sunburn as well. So then you'll have a skin problem. So keep an eye out for the mating rooster, and if you are having that problem, they go ahead and separate that rooster from that flock of hens that are your laying hens or whatever it may be. So just let you know that it's not a bad thing that is happening, but it's also another thing that happens whenever you have a rooster inside your hen house. So it's number 2 reasons why your chickens are losing their feathers, could be because of a mating rooster. Number 1, the top reason why I see that this is number 1 reason why chickens lose their feathers is because I've seen it numerous times in the past and now, and it is stress, and the chickens are actually getting bullied by other chickens. And when they get stressed, they're lacking something. They're very annoyed by something. I mean, just think of it. Whenever you get stressed, you basically just want to pull your hair out or something like that, or you just want to just scream or something like that. This is basically the same thing what these chickens are doing in that sense. And they often are missing something, or they're not liking something. So like if lack of water, if they have lack of water, barely having water, it kind of stresses them out, and they start losing feathers. Or there's another one, they're annoyed by the excessive handling by their owners, and getting touched and handled all the time stresses them out because it's just out of the norm for them. And then also temperature could do a lot. If it's really low, like temperatures, they're not used to it, it stresses them out. Because I know whenever it gets really cold, it stresses me out, or if it gets really hot, it stresses me out. Same thing with those chickens. I like a good average temperature, and then that's good. Just like the chickens, they like a temperature that is, which it's not going to be always average every time, but they need a place to go to where they can either cool off or warm up. So with that said, also they can also there can be an infestation on them, or their bright lights there, or let's say when they're getting bullied, they need something to get those bullies away from them. They need something that is a mental stimulation. Chickens, everybody says they're like the dumbest bird ever, but I'm telling you, they're really freaking smart, because they can teal and they can do all these things, but they need something to keep their mind busy. But if they are bored, they're going to start bullying or pecking on another chicken, like ripping their feathers out because they think that's fun. Oh, let's pick on this guy, let's do this to that guy. But with stress and all that, they'll also stop laying, and you don't want to do that, especially if you're trying to sell your eggs, or if you want eggs for your homestead or farm or ranch or whatever you have, you know. But the main thing is to be able to stop this is, one, you got to make sure you also check and make sure they're not too crowded. Also, that could also be why they're getting bored. There's too many chickens in a lot. And you can look up how many square feet a chicken needs. It's anywhere from 2 to 4 square feet per chicken. And, you know, with that said, make sure you're within that, because it gives them enough room to roam in their area, so they can do the things that chickens do, that we want them to do: lay eggs, scratch the ground. And that's what we want. We want their manure to help the ground, so we can grow really good things. But that's the main thing with them not being crowded, is you need to make sure you have a routine set with these chickens. They need to know that whenever they see your vehicle drive up in the driveway, or vice versa, they see your tractor driving up, they know they're getting fed. Or however you go, when they see you start walking, they get a little excited because they know you're coming to feed them. And they just need to do their thing. Whenever they get new things, they can do that. They can either scratch at, like, I've been putting piles of leaves in my chicken lot right now, and as soon as they get in there, I'm telling you, it's flattened within 30 minutes. The pile is just all, you know, it's flattened to the ground, because that's something, that's that mental stimulation that they need to keep their mind busy. But I want to show you what I had to do, because I think they was getting stressed out because I didn't have them enough mental stimulation. And also, like I said before, there was I had a guinea fowl in my lot, and I also had the rooster in there. There's 2 different types of things. I haven't noticed any parasites or anything like that, or any lice, or I haven't noticed anything wrong with the chickens, like health wise. They got plenty of water, and maybe I don't have enough water, but I feel like I have enough water. But I'm gonna show you some things that I'm doing to help my chickens out, to where they are going to be on the tip-top shape, so they can get their feathers back, because they are losing their feathers. And it's not fall, so it's not molting season. So let's get at it. 10-gallon water reservoir that it automatically puts water in here. Yeah, there's a little dirt in there or whatever, but it happens, they're chickens. But it automatically drains. But what I like to do every time I come into the chicken lot, no matter what I'm doing, I twist this knob, and it allows more air into it, and it pushes more water down in it. And that's what I do every time I come in here, so they have fresh water. It doesn't look fresh, but it's more water. I try to clean it out. They get it dirty every time. And then what I'm going to do to up my game with the watering system here, besides having this outside, but I'm gonna go to this nipple feed water right here. Maybe that'll help solve the problem of them not getting enough water. I have it inside, they'll have one outside. So all right, to get my water set up, I just take a piece of rope. I don't do nothing fancy, I just make me a little slip knot here. I just double it over, tuck it in the hole, and pull it tight like that. And then go up over this rafter right here with it. So now it's going to be hanging. I tuck this end through, and I pull that in up like that. Now I take my bucket, and I go run it through just like that. Now adjust it for the height of the way the chickens are. I think we'll need a little bit higher, maybe about right there. As they come up, chickens come up to about to my boot. They'll be able to get up in there. Top of my boot right there. Get in there. Now I take the bucket right here. Make me an old fisherman knot on it. Put my thumb through it right here, where it doubles up the side of it, and I just wrap it around, just like so. And I just go right back through where my thumb's at. Pull it down. And with this knot, you'll have to play with it a little bit to get the size of where your chickens are at. Like I showed you, you can measure it to the top of your boot if you want to. But then you're just going to cinch it down. And that should be right at the top of my boot, right there where your chicken can get up under there. There you go, and now we got a water inside for the chickens. And now I have waters at both ends of my chicken run. So, looks like they're already checking it out. Yep, there we go. First one to drink. You've seen it first here. This chicken's gonna let me show you or not, but we're gonna try. You can see on her back. I don't know if you can see that sore or not. That's from the chicken bullying. That's from another hen pecking at her and causing her to have a sore. Not only another hen, it was that guinea. So what I did is I separated the guinea, and also I noticed on almost every single one of my chickens, they have that saddleback like I talked to you about. And I separated the guinea and the rooster to alleviate those problems. And sorry for the guinea, but it's going to be time for old R2 to go. Just getting rid of the guinea fowl. And what I mean by getting rid of it, I'm going to process it, and I'll let you know in a later video how guinea fowl taste. So it'll be a farm raised guinea, so we'll see. Like I said, I separated the guinea fowl and the chicken, and the rooster. I put them in my in this chicken tractor that, like I've told you many times before, that I use for my meat chickens. So I don't know if you can tell, it's got a lot of gravel right here. It's kind of like a driveway right here. They just literally done made them a path all the way around this. That's all they do. They walk. I made sure that they would be able to also see the flock over there. So whenever I go to introduce my rooster back to the flock, he will already know them. They will already know him. There won't be no reason doing pecking order. Maybe, I don't know. But that's my ideal thinking of putting him back in there, so he doesn't, it doesn't freak him out, doesn't stress him out, or nothing like that. But he is just too outrageous with this mating right now. We had to separate him, so hopefully we can get rid of that saddleback on the hens. And sorry for the noise of the guinea. That's all it does, just make noise. Good thing when there's something there, but it's just me. I amped up their water, number one, for them to kind of regain their feathers. Also, I separated the big bully, which was the guinea. And I also separated the rooster because of mating. And maybe within a month, these hens will be ready and have fully feathered. So these feathers lost, but where they're getting bullied. I don't know, I'm gonna try to show you this one. I don't know if you see that one's butt. Got a sore on it. That one's got the saddleback right there. And I don't know if you've seen the other chickens. They're getting these sores on them, and then like the other chickens, they see that sore and they just want to peck at it. So trying to alleviate that, and hopefully doing these things, separating the bullies and getting them fresh water everywhere, and separating the rooster will do that. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this was educational to you. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully if you're having this issue, this actually helps you out. So with that said, thanks for joining JG Outdoors, and I hope you have a wonderful day and take it easy. Much love to all my subscribers, and that's all I got for you. That's it. Have a good one.